change is one of mankind's biggest challenges, not least because the choices ahead may radically force us to rethink and even to redefine the ideals we aspire to, such as the conception of beauty. Is good architecture judged by aesthetic design elegance alone, or can beauty be derived from a building's insignificant footprint and impact on nature? This is the story about the IUCN's new conservation centre in Glan, Switzerland, and how Kinnarps, together with the architects and IUCN, headed for the highest environmental standard, LEED Platinum, to become one of Europe's greenest buildings.
IUCN was created in 1948, so we're one of the oldest international organization concerned with the environment. And our mission statement says that we are to influence, encourage, and assist society in treating nature and natural resources in the most equitable and sustainable manner. Well, first of all, it was important for IUCN to have a new building because our headquarters staff got a little bit large and we just didn't have enough space. If we didn't need a new building, we wouldn't have built one because we actually took some space in our green surroundings to build this building. But given the fact that we needed a new building, obviously for IUCN it had to be the greenest building possible. We really walk the talk. We don't just tell people how to respect nature and the environment, we actually want to live it.
The building has been designed by Zurich-based AGPS and constructed to meet an incredibly vigorous set of sustainability criteria.
The main principle was an economy of means. Why build it if you don't use it? Why paint this wall? It has a beauty of its own.
We had to have a building that is as green as we can make it. We therefore talked first with the Swiss authorities and agreed that we should go for the highest Swiss standard that is available in the environment, which is Menergy Eco. But we also looked for an international standard, and whilst there are possibilities in Europe, we agreed in the end that the US Green Building Standard LEED would be the most appropriate for us, and we're aiming for the highest, LEED Platinum.
The legacy of the building, or what we try to demonstrate, is that green technology is totally affordable. It's ready on the market, you can use it, it's here. It's not something that will happen in the future. The future is now.
Green architecture embraces a building's construction, its performance during its lifetime, and finally, how it is destructed. According to recent studies, the construction of new buildings accounts for 30 to 40% of all primary energy. Up to 40% of all global emissions is linked to buildings and is expected to increase faster than in any other sector.
From an architectural point of view, our objective was to create a specific piece of architecture that works with the essential elements like columns, slabs, cores, exposed technical elements that showcase how a building is constructed.
The new building includes many environmental features, such as a geothermal heat pump, thermal mass heating and cooling, photovoltaic cells, and rainwater collection.
The mechanical systems are mounted exposed on the ceiling for easy upgrade if better technology becomes available. At the end of its lifetime, the building can be reused and totally recycled.
And it will be the first building in Switzerland and one of the very first in Europe, which really makes this an example of how you can construct a building in a sustainable manner and in a green way.
The beauty of the building lies in its, let's say, honest materiality, using glass, steel, concrete and wood with their tactile qualities. The feature I like most is the spatial richness the building offers. It's the changes between high and low, narrow, wide, inside, outside. It's like a small city offering different public and private spaces. It's about a perfect working atmosphere, actually. If we achieve that, which was always our goal, then we did a good job.
The desire for optimum sustainability has also dictated IUCN's selection of agencies and preferred partners for the project. IUCN Sustainable Furniture partner, Kinnarps, was asked to help the IUCN manage its staff's transition from working in modular offices to a new open office landscape. The brief included the space planning and furnishing of over 130 workstations, 2 large capacity conference rooms, several meeting rooms, a cafeteria to serve over 100 diners, and a visitor centre. Space planning the available floor space had to be within the parameters allowed by the ecological power and climate systems installed in the building. It was also essential that the new offices were adaptable and flexible to accommodate varying numbers of people in a wide range of working and meeting settings.
Yeah, we have to work in many different ways in IUCN. There's all sorts of activities that we undertake in headquarters, and also our building is designed to include partners and our opportunities for our members and our commission members to work together. And so the structure and the design of the new building and the fit out of the new building helps for a variety of different things. Quiet space for people to work together, to socialise, to have informal chats, and to have very formal meetings we have with our IUCN Council. So it has to cope with a variety of purposes, and I think it's designed well to do that.
The building's ambience has been significantly softened by naturally themed injections of colour by Kinnarps. Workstations have been supplied in birch lamine, a unique Kinnarps surface finish that negates the need for real wood veneers and glues. Chairs are upholstered in the colours of the sea, earth, plants and sky to create themed zoning in the mainly open plan building.
A trend the last 5 to 10 years has actually been to move from the small closed offices out in the open landscapes. And that also means sometimes that it's a lot of people working in a small area. And of course, noise and sound is a big issue. So acoustics is very, very important to find good solutions for that. A good example is our recent panels that are made out of recycled fabrics and are also, of course, perfect to use to divide workstations or to use them as panels on the back of cabinets. And in this workspace there's a lot of cabinets, and with this kind of solution it makes a big difference.
So we had several challenges. First of all, the lighting. We didn't want the lighting to be blocked by furniture, so we had to have solutions that are low so that every workstation can have some light. We had also some challenges in terms of office space design, where we put the furniture. We have on the floor, we have power plugs and air outlets that are used to inflate the air into the building. It's used by our ventilation system, which is managed by CO2 sensors. So we had to make sure that the furniture was not on those blocks so that the air flows in a correct way. And also we had challenges in terms of environmental standard. We are trying to reach LEED Platinum and Minergie P, and in particular the eco part of the standard, which has to do with providing furniture that is from sustainable sources. In that way, Kinnarps was a great help.
It was very important for us to find a group of strategic partners when we started this project. Partners who also shared our philosophy about the need to do as much as we can to come out with a green building. In the 21st century, hopefully everybody will start to do that. We all know, for example, the amount of energy that the old non-green buildings use. So it's clearly a requirement from all of us to try to reduce our carbon footprint, our energy footprint. And therefore choosing partners who philosophically agreed with us and who also had the hardware and the software to help us achieve our goal of having a green building was very important. And frankly speaking, working with strategic partners who are also enthusiastic about this kind of project is really wonderful.
When we came to selecting the partners for the IUCN Conservation Centre, we looked at leaders in their sectors and companies that had a real commitment to sustainable development. We know that they that they control their whole supply chain from raw materials right through to the production, to the supply, to the installation, transport, etc.
Kinnarps and IUCN management worked closely together as one project team to develop and implement a workspace analysis and online employee survey, and then to install test workspaces aimed at reaching consensus among the people who would be affected by the move. Particular areas of concern highlighted by the staff survey and workspace analysis were that noise might be an issue in the new open-plan officescape, and that the move away from cellular working would result in reduced facilities for meetings and making confidential phone calls. It also transpired that many members of staff suffered from RSI and back problems, potentially arising from poor design of their existing workspaces and non-adjustable seating. So all the Kinnarps workstations are height adjustable or offer users the ability to vary posture.
It was a very efficient process, in particular at the design phase, to be able to have furniture that is sustainable and environmentally friendly. But also at the installation phase, it had to be on time. It was on time, and it's built and constructed in a rapid manner so that the workers don't lose time by actually moving.
Kinnarps is now helping us to think about space, to think about how to actually divide the various locations in the office, to think about color, and to generally help us with the interior design of the building.
Getting these green certificates doesn't only mean that we need the infrastructure to be as respectful of the environment as possible, using the latest technologies in terms of energy use and so on, but that we ourselves should live green. So there are fewer parking spots, we're encouraged to ride our bicycles and carpool and drink water from the tap, because in this country it's clean. So I think it will continue to encourage us to be green, and already the culture here was that. But we will need to continue to do it in order to keep that certification of greenness.
And we hope that the work that Kinnarps does, and specifically this partnership, will really encourage other companies that work in the same line of business to become more sustainable in their daily business.
I would definitely recommend Kinnarps for a project partner, in particular for those organizations and companies who have a desire to contribute to a world that values nature through sourcing environmentally friendly furniture.
How will IUCN change in the future? In my view, first of all, IUCN's mission has not yet been accomplished. We still have a huge amount of work to do, and the way our organization is going to evolve, in my view, in the future for many, many more decades, will be to include more and more parts of society with a larger appreciation of nature as being the basic infrastructure to support our life.